Well, good morning, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Steve Collins coming to you from gorgeous, foggy San Antonio, Texas. The second most powerful, passionate, and purposeful coach and speaker in the world. Hope you guys are ready to rock and roll this amazing, amazing Thursday. All right, Houston Astros. For those of you who don't care about sports, there are principles, there are allegories, there are metaphors that can help change your life, bless your life, and make a difference in your life if you will just have ears to hear. So that is my desire this morning. As you know, people wonder, Steve, what is your deal? What are you so fired up about? Why are you so wild and crazy? Well, for those of you who are new listeners, my journey began 28 years ago. A dead and dying, suicidal, bipolar, manic, depressive, drug addict, committed to the state hospital here in San Antonio, Texas by the legal system. That's where it began. That gives you a little something to know about why I am so fired up on a regular basis and why I would have to have a really bad day to have a really bad day, ladies and gentlemen. I have been given the gift of life that you have this morning if you are listening to this video and you listen to my videos. The difference is I absolutely appreciate it. You may take it for granted as just a thing. Therefore, the power, the passion, the purpose comes from this reality. This day is a gift. Don't squander it. Don't forget it. Don't let it hold you back. What can you learn from the Astros? Do you know 56 years? Okay? A drought for 56 years. This is the very first time the Houston Astros has won the World Series, which is like the Super Bowl of baseball. If you have followed any of the last parts of this press, what makes this story significant and overwhelming to me as a resident, lifetime resident of the great country of Texas is this. Many of you know of the devastation that occurred in Houston recently with the floods. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people lost their homes to floods that had never to before ever appeared in that region, ever. You know a city who needs a win? Houston. Houston needs a win. So what can you learn from the Houston Astros? And most importantly, what can you apply? Because, you know, I shake my head. Y'all want to know something funny? Y'all know when people put SMH as their comments? You want to know something funny? Tell you how out of it I am every now and then. I thought that meant someone was going, sm. Isn't that cute? My kids thought that was so stupid. You think it means sm? It means shaking my head. Now I know. Let me tell you a little something about this. Have you been in a 56-year drought? Have you been in a 56-year drought? How long has your drought been? How long has your drought been? How long have you not achieved? How long's it been since you had a major win in your life? And have you given up? Have you lost hope? Have you said, it's never been done before in my family, and it will never be done in my family? And the reason I want you to learn not only from the Astros, but apply what you learn. I go I shake my head when I hear people say that knowledge is power. No, it is not, friend. Knowledge is not power. It's not good enough to know. Knowledge is only potential power. It is powerless if you do not act on it. If you graduate from MIT with a PhD and then you move into your parents' basement and play video games for the next 30 years of your life, your massive formal education will do no good for no one. It is only potential power. So we're going to move from knowledge to application today. So let's talk about this. What can you learn from the Astros? How long have you been in a drought? Has your marriage been in a drought? Have you never won? Have you never had a really big win? Is your health in a drought? You know, they call that a drought in baseball when they have a not a losing season. You and I have had losing seasons. Have you had a losing life? Since the day you were born, have you been losing? since the day that the Astros were incepted, their inception date, they have lost. They have never won the championship. Have you had that kind of a drought? Have you had that kind of a life where you have had a drought your whole life? Have you gone 56 years without a big win? What can you learn from this, ladies and gentlemen? A couple of principles here. Number one, never, 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 never give up. Never write yourself off. Never write yourself off. Never get into agreement with the thoughts that I cannot do it. What up, JD? Like my man who I CrossFit next to every morning decided I'm going to ride a bull. And JD got up and jumped himself on a bull. And that boy now a bull rider, man. In addition to a CrossFit, in addition to a major executive at a major corporation in San Antonio. This man's bad to the bone, man. Never gave up. Never gave up. You cannot give up. You cannot give in. You cannot agree with the sad, sad story that may be your life up to now. Ladies and gentlemen, you never know when the right people are going to come. There was a change. People showed up on the team. People were drafted to the team. People came on the team that had some talent, had some different language, had a different attitude. And you get enough of those folks on the team, baby, you start to win. You've heard it said by the gurus of old that you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Financially, physically, emotionally, mentally, career-wise, you are the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That is amazing in my life, except that it makes me an 11-year-old boy. That is amazing in my life and in your life, because I want to give you some revelation. Well, I don't know anybody, and I mean, I have quite frankly dispelled anyone of any type of major significance in my life because I are a wet blanket, whiny, thumb-sucking, carrying blanket member of the Wussy Wuss Wuss Club. Well, you may be. Guess what you have the ability to do? You have the ability to grab some BOOks. You have the ability to get some books. You have the ability to surround yourself with the stories, the biographies of phenomenal people who have gone before you. Do you know if you got 5 biographies of 5 highly productive people, and you read all 5 books at once and just said, I'll read a chapter on each one a day, every day until I'm done, you are now spending more time with brilliant minds than you currently do now. You don't have to have the physical relationships. You can actually have the relationships in your life that come in through books. Do you know that you can get on Google, that you can wake up Zig Ziglar again? You can bring his words to life again. You can bring that and listen to Zig. You can listen to Les Brown. You can listen to Tony Robbins. You can listen to Brian Tracy and Jim Rohn. You can get surrounded by these voices of influence that will come into your life and speak a new language and speak a new story and give you hope and motivation and inspiration and encouragement. Well, I don't believe in motivation, Steve. Motivation doesn't last. Well, honey, neither does bathing, which is why we recommend it daily, Zig Ziglar would say. Daily. All you got to do is win today. Do you know the Astros did not become champions in the finals, in the playoffs? They were revealed as champions in the finals, in the playoffs. They were champions on that field. They were champions swinging that bat hundreds of times. They were champions catching fly balls left and right. They were champions in their practice. You wake up today, you go to work today, you look at your spouse in the eyes today, you look at your kids in the eyes today, you look at your boss in the eyes today, and you show up with your A game. You put your A game in long enough, hard enough, and let the Astros inspire you. Have you gone 56 years losing? You've probably had a couple of wins, like maybe at, I don't know, your 10th birthday when mom and daddy got you a really cool cake and you got to dress up as, I don't know, Buffalo Bill or something. You've had some wins in your life, okay? You just choose to focus on the reasons why I can't do it anymore. I can't. Shut your blessed assurance up and realize this. Give the very best you can today. Draft people. First round draft picks. Draft the right people and the right voices into your life. Surround yourself with those voices of inspiration and motivation and encouragement. Surround yourself not with the little clanging gongs and sounding cymbals of people who, rah, who ain't ever been through no ish. Surround yourself with some people who have been through some ish, walked through it, and turned that brown, steamy substance into brownies. Do you understand what I'm saying? They use the in their life and turn it into fertilizer to grow and to become better instead of bitter. What can you learn and most importantly apply from the Astros? Never, 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 never give up. Never write yourself off. Never throw in the towel. There is a mighty God who created you with an intended purpose according to Jeremiah 29:11, which says this, let this be a word to you. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Now let me add the Steve Collins Biblical Seminary study notes to that. But little old whiny baby ain't gonna happen if you're walking around sucking your thumb, grabbing your blankie, telling people your sad story. Ain't gonna happen. You've got the promise, it's time for you to agree with the promise. You've got the promise, it's time for you to put faith in the promise. You've got the promise, it's time for you to get in alignment with the promise. As long as you are in alignment with your sad story you keep telling yourself, you will not activate that promise. It is not happening. It's like the good Lord has put a Ferrari in your garage, but you're like, I can't read the owner's manual. It is written in Italian, and I don't speak Italian. Shut up. Get in the freaking car, put in the keys, turn it on, drive. You can learn more later, but get in and run with what you have now. You do not give up. You do not give in. You do not throw in the towel. You do not be in agreement with long-term that things cannot change. Do you know another promise it says? It says this, he who began a good work in you will carry it to completion. See, he ain't like me and you who starts a really cool, fun project and then we get bored and we blow it off, or we join a new place and then we get bored and we blow it off, or we get in a relationship. Oh, you know I'm talking to you. And you get bored and you blow it off, and then maybe you go looking elsewhere. Man, slap your own self so I don't have to. Y'all know who you are. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't throw in the towel. Hold on to the promises that tomorrow can be even better than today. You never know when the resources and the relationships you need are going to show up. And if they aren't showing up in the time you need them to, go out and get you some. Friends, get you some. Listen to the Bible. You want friends? Then go be friendly. Go be friendly. Go be friendly. Go be somebody's friend. Give to someone what you are dying that someone would give to you. Give them your ear. Give them your time. Buy them a lunch. Initiate the opportunity to have a first-round draft pick of someone that you would like to have their influence in your life. Who you surround yourself with matters. The story you tell yourself matters. Not giving up matters. I hope you learn from the Astros, and more importantly, I hope you put it into practice. Have a great day, guys.